Well, many times before we have discussed about guns, crime, that basically, you have people out there that they have the mentality they think, well, if I ban the guns, the crime will stop, the murdering will stop, and that's the wrong thing to do. It's literally you're just putting a band-aid over a gigantic wound that will continue to bleed until you actually go in there and surgically fix what's wrong. And that's what the situation is they don't want to get rid the people that want to get rid of the guns, they don't want to get rid of the crime. That's the thing. They're like, well, they have rights. The people that died, don't they have rights too? And it's ridiculous that you see these stories, especially from overseas now, that basically, there are places that, they don't have guns themselves. But now you have a situation where knives and screwdrivers and swords, ninja swords, that they're being used now to commit crimes and murder. And now they want to ban them.
Really?
So now, just recently, the UK will be banning ninja swords from being sold in their country. Why? Well, someone did get killed by a ninja sword. It was a mistaken identity to the situation. But we didn't really go into why was he attacked. Not because the person used a ninja sword. Why was he attacked in the first place? Yes, it was a mistaken ID. But the thing about it is, who was that person originally looking for and why? Nobody can answer that. That's the things nobody can answer. But before we read this off Metro, just want to say thank you for those who have stayed with us. I know our programming has been a little light, and we do apologize for that. Right now, just trying to regain my health, which hopefully we should be fully back in April. We put Otaku Thursday aside just for a moment, and just put in some small programming to keep you, as they say, to keep the interest in the channel itself. Basically, there are other issues that were going on, family and some legal situations that we're resolving right now. We should be back up and running very, very soon. In fact, we're getting new equipment also very soon as well. So basically, you might start to see some live streams start to pop up, some test streams that we're going to be doing on there, and some changes. But that's coming. Be patient with us. And don't forget to drop a comment, like, share, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button. It helps us. It does really help us here on YouTube and Rumble. We really do appreciate that. And if you want to go further, down below in our description, we'll tell you how else you can help support this channel. So from Metro UK, ninja swords to be finally banned in the UK for this summer.
It stinks.
The mother of a 16-year-old boy who was killed with a ninja sword 3 years ago has said that a ban on the weapon is another step toward getting justice for her son. No, getting justice for your son is getting their killer. Nothing to do with the weapon. Getting the killer, that's the most important. Home Secretary Yvette Cooper has announced that the style of sword, which has become a weapon of choice for street killers in the UK, will be banned from August 1st. The move follows tireless campaign from the family of Rona Kanda, who was killed in the Wolfhampton Street in a case of mistaken identity in 2022. His mom, Pooja Kanda, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, today marks a very important day for us as our family and our campaign. She added, since losing our beautiful boy Ronan, we have relentlessly campaigned for a ban on ninja swords, the lethal weapon that took his life. We believe ninja swords has no place in our society other than to seriously harm and kill. Ahead of the elections last year, Metro revealed that the Labour plan to introduce Ronan's Law if they form the next government. The name is applied to a range of legislation which aims to make it more difficult for people to buy the deadly knives online. An independent review into online knife marketplaces published last month reveals that stores are offering cheap mystery boxes with a surprise selection of weapons. The ban on ninja swords, described by the Home Office as a final part of Ronin's Law, will make it illegal to possess, manufacture, import, or sell the blades. From August 1st, anyone catching with one in private could face 6 months in prison, soon increasing to 2 years under the proposal in the Crimes and Policy Bill. A surrender scheme will run between July 1st and 31st to allow members of the public to hand in their swords safely. Yeah, same way they hand in the guns. To prevent exploitation of the scheme, any weapons bought after today will not be eligible for compensation. Yvette Cooper said, "Knife crime is destroying young lives as too many teenagers are being drawn into violence and is too far easy for them to get a hold of dangerous weapons." Johan the Counter was just 16 when he was ruthlessly killed by two boys a year older than him. Today we're introducing the final part of Ronin's Law in his memory, banning the ninja swords that his killers should have never been able to use. The other parts of the law will require online retailers to report any bulk or suspicious-looking sales of knives to the police, introducing a two-step verification process of buying blades over the internet. There will be tougher penalties for those who are caught with a knife in public and those who sell knives under 18. Now, the thing that gets me, they said suspicious-looking sales. What if a restaurant buys knives? Are you going to go after them? Knives are used in restaurants throughout the world, and you're going to go after them as well? This bill is not only for ninja swords, it's also knives. You're not going to stop people from using some sort of weapon. You could take a screwdriver and basically sharpen it down and use it as a weapon. You don't even have to sharpen it down. You could use it as a weapon. Chains, bats, axes, pickaxes. I mean, there are many things out of a hardware store. You can go in, buy it, and use it as a weapon. What about box cutters? Box cutters can do a lot of damage. You know, I've cut myself a couple of times with box cutters. You know, they cut into human flesh. Oh, man, that's a little time in the emergency room. But see, this is the stupid direction a lot of these governments go, including our own here in the U.S. They say, well, if we get rid of the guns, you know, it'll save us from, you know. No, it's not going to. People, if they're going to do a crime, they're going to do it any way possible. Whether it's a Molotov cocktail, whether it's a screwdriver, whether it's a hammer or a pick hammer, like what do they have? It's only the back end of the hammer itself. No, there's you don't use it as a hammer. Use it to pull out screws and nails. Even a pair of pliers can do damage. But yeah, they don't think of these things. They don't. They really don't. They just want to take more and more things off the market, take away more and more of your rights. Right to defend yourself. Hey, listen, I used to carry a box cutter as far as to defend myself coming home from work. One of my first video stores that I worked at was up well in the 90s, and I had to come home at night, and basically it was a point to that I was taking the one train home, and in that neighborhood at that time was not really that much of a safe neighborhood. No, it wasn't at all. So, you had to do that, to that situation. You always had to defend yourself, be careful onto yourself. But yeah, this is what's happening. They're taking away people's rights. They're taking away things that, the stupidity situation where they said, well, if he didn't have the ninja sword, my son will be alive. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for condolences to you. I'm sorry that you lost your child. But if they were looking for someone, they did not only need a ninja sword to attack them. Like I said, they could have had a hammer. They could have had a freaking screwdriver. They could have made, makeshift type, in prison they do shivs. Makeshift shivs out of spoons and forks, utensils. Think about that for a minute. What you need to do is strengthen the laws on people that are committing these crimes. And I bet money on this because it's 2022. I bet money on this. These boys were basically, they illegally came into the country. They shouldn't have been in the UK. I bet money on that. Because it's either an illegal, it was either an illegal situation or someone that was very racist and, like I said, mistaken identity. That old situation. Oh, they all look alike. Which is really a bad situation in itself. But it's not good either. Either way, because the UK is not handling their crimes properly. We've seen this. We've seen people who attack them in the media overseas. And they've been jailed for talking about it. They've been jailed for talking about it on social media. They try to block art. I'm hoping I'm still in the UK, that my shows are, my videos are hitting the UK. I've said at the end of some of my videos, I said, subscribe, because you never know where I'm, if I'm going to be here or not in your country. Because you get a VPN, you might be able to find me on there. But there are countries that are trying to block our shows from talking about this situation. Knife is just a tool. Sword was just a tool. It's the person that's holding that tool that committed the crime of murder that should be held accountable for. They don't want to go after them.
He's right. Do you know that?
Think about that for a minute. They don't want to deal with the situation. They rather take control, censor, and do all their best to control, stuff you would see out of a movie like V for Vendetta to that point. It kind of gets scary out there at the moment. But like here, we voted in a new president that will not allow that to happen here. He's fighting to do the best he can. So comment. Let me know your thoughts about this, especially those of you in the UK. What do you think about this? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? Let me know. I like to hear from you, especially from the United Kingdom. If you're getting this video, don't forget to share this video, like it, and hit that subscription button. We really do appreciate it. So until next time, thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.